Welcome back to Smart Physical Workout. Today we're breaking down something every lifter faces but few truly understand, the rep under scrutiny. That's the moment when your muscles are screaming, your form is tested, and your mind is telling you to stop. This is where the science of muscle fiber contraction comes into play. Early reps in a set, they're important, but mostly warm-ups. The real growth happens when the muscle fibers are fully challenged, especially the fast-twitch fibers that drive strength, power, and size. Under heavy resistance, your fibers contract with maximum effort, leading to micro tears. Don't worry, that's a good thing. When your body repairs these tears, the muscle grows back stronger and thicker. That's why those last struggling reps are the ones that count the most. So when you hit that point, the rep under scrutiny, don't quit. Push through with solid form. That's where adaptation happens. That's where your muscles are forced to grow. The legendary bodybuilder Serge Nubret of France created the Nubret Pro Rep method. It was a unique way of training. At one time, he trained very heavily and could curl over 240 pounds and bench press 500. Nubret introduced progression into this training, not by constantly pushing the poundages higher and higher, but by pushing his rep count up. In actual fact, it was a double progression, since he also tried to race the clock. If, for example, it took him 45 minutes to do 30 sets of an exercise one day, the next day Nubret would try to squeeze out 31 or 32 sets in the same length of time. He often willed himself to beat his rep record of the prior set. Using the seated dumbbell curl, Serge would start off by doing a set of 10 reps with 45-pound dumbbell, and in his second set would do 11 reps, his third set 12 reps, and so on, all with the same weight. The secret of Nubret's method lied in his ability to feel and exercise by pure concentration on the movement he was doing at the time. Superset reps. All muscles are actually pulling muscles. They can only contract and shorten, and therefore they cannot push. The upper arm's biceps muscle, for instance, contracts and pulls the forearm upwards. The opposite movement involves the triceps muscles at the back of the arm, and they pull the arm straight. Even so, bodybuilders refer to pulling muscles and pushing muscles. Exercises under the pushing presses, push-ups, triceps extensions, and leg presses. Often referred to as pulling exercises are upright rows, curls, chins, bent-over rowing, and thigh curls. The original concept behind supersets was to alternate, rapidly and without rest, two exercises, one pulling and one pushing. The most common combination was to alternate curls with triceps extensions. However, many champion bodybuilders would simply alternate two curling movements or two pectoral movements or two triceps movements, not caring whether a particular muscle was worked alternately with its antagonistic partner. Today, the term superset merely indicates the alternating of two exercises in rapid succession. A few weeks on this type of exercising can jolt the muscles into new growth. It is a severe form of working the muscles. Too much of it could cause you to grow stale and bring you to a standstill. Paradoxically, a standstill can be broken with a week or two of supersetting. Compound training reps. Compound training, sometimes known as giant sets, is definitely an advanced technique of muscle building. A compound set for the deltoids would involve doing 3 or 4 shoulder exercises, one after the other, with a minimum of rest between exercise. An entire shoulder routine using the compound training principle could look something like the following. Press behind neck, 10 reps. Seated dumbbell presses, 10 reps. Upright rowing, 10 reps. Standing lateral raise, 10 reps. Short rest. Repeat the entire routine twice for a total of 3 sets. Pre-exhaust reps. Pre-exhaust is the battering of a specific muscle with a carefully chosen isolation exercise, immediately followed by a combination movement. It is a favorite with many top bodybuilders. Take the chest exercises, for example. As you may know, the triceps are involved in many of the recognized chest exercises, and in most people they are the weak link. That is, when you do dips, bench presses, or incline presses, the triceps are worked hard, and the pectorals only moderately. This means that your triceps will grow more rapidly than your chest. That's fine if you already have a big chest, but if you want to develop your pecs, the best way is the pre-exhaust method. To get around the weak link, triceps isolate to the pecs first with an exercise like the dumbbell flies, where the triceps are not directly involved. After a hard set, carrying the exercises to the point of failure, proceed immediately to the second exercise, such as incline or bench presses. When you do the presses, the triceps will temporarily be stronger than the pectorals, which are in a state of near exhaustion from the first isolation exercise. You're not limited by the weak link in the triceps. So when you hit that point, the rep under scrutiny, don't quit. Push through with solid form. That's where adaptation happens. That's where your muscles are forced to grow. Remember, it's not the easy reps that shape you, it's the challenging ones. Embrace the struggle, because that's where the results live. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to Smart Physical Workout, and let's keep building stronger together.